Hey guys, just wanted to do a video where I'm at with the Valiant 10cc. If you've been following along, you know that I went with the Power 52 from E-Flight. I talked to Ollie Mock from Horizon, and he recommended the 14 by 8.5 APC prop. 4S, 4,000 milliamp. We'll also be doing some 5S, but it's just a ridiculous amount of power. If you watch the other video, putting the windows in, you can see all the Formula 560 glue has dried crystal clear around the edges of the window there. So all those side windows are in. I don't know if you're getting any reflection and you can see that or not. But those came out really nice. The other thing I wanted to show you, I'll show you right through here. If you look right there, see that's the end of a zip tie, and this is my lead for my flaps and my ailerons. I'll lift up the hatch in the top of the fuselage and show you. I'm having a hard time moving around today. I have to have surgery to have my left knee replaced, full replacement. I'm pretty sore. But these uprights in the formers have laser cut holes in them, and those are made for wire ties so that you can secure your Y harness for your flaps. And on this side, I also did this side for my ailerons. So it's kind of nice. It adds some strain relief. You're not pulling on the where they plug into the receiver. You can see the receiver there. So I wanted to point that out. The other thing that I did was in some of the high stress areas, you look at the bottom of these formers here. I can't show you all of it. You can see it right there around this former. The glue joints were kind of lame there, and there was really no visible glue. So there's also some let's see if I can show you right up under here, and I also did around the parts of the firewall, the front of the firewall. But there's a lot of stress there. With the landing gear, if you look, that's right in line with the landing gear. So make sure these glue joints, go over these glue joints, medium CA. And then I jumped in with some 15-minute epoxy with micro balloons. I just kind of dabbed it in there. I just wanted to get these formers nice and secure. And I used a long glue applicator for just an extension of my CEA bottle. And I was able to get down through some of these holes and hit some spots that were not glued very well. So that's really it, guys. I mean, I took the fiberglass wheel pants off and the stock wheels. They were really small, and not sure if I mentioned this or not. This is a pair of Sullivan skylights and aluminum hubs. And I think, I'll get a measurement, I'll put a comment. I think these are 3.5 inch. Then I just cleaned them up with a little Mother's aluminum polish. I didn't go crazy, just took some of the oxidation off. The other thing that I did was that, I cut the axle down. And these are different axles. These aren't the axles that came with the plane. But I put Loctite on the grub screw in the collar there, and I filed a flat spot in the axle so that the grub screw has a place to seat against. But I also used some Zap Goo. You've heard me talk about Zap Goo in the past. You can also use something like Shoe Goo, but I take just a little bit on a pin or a toothpick and apply it right to where the axle and the collar meet. And if that grub screw were to back out, I know from in the past that this collar will still stay put. So it would suck, especially on a plane this size, coming in with just a bare gear and an axle. If you lost a wheel, I've had it happen, and it usually ends up and at least tearing out the landing gear, a little bit of a ground loop, and usually some damage to your tail or a wingtip or both. So yeah, that's it. I wanted to share with you. This is basically, we're going to take this one up and fly it. I'm just waiting to get some of the new Roaring Top packs. They are 4S, and I'm waiting for, I don't really need it. I ordered a white spinner. I don't know. I had the black one. This is from Extreme Flight. It's an excellent spinner, but I just wanted the white. So I'll throw that on. I'll throw on that APC 14 by 8.5. That came right from Ollie Mock, and extensive testing that he's done, and he still sticks by the Power 52 4S 4,000 to 4,500 milliamp. As he says, I love the way he says it, bags of power. This plane, big wing, a lot of lift, and it's not a 3D plane. It's for sport aerobatics, and just having a great time. So that's it, guys. If you go back and watch the other videos, if you have any questions or comments about anything that I put in the videos, let me know. I'll run over real quick the things that the little things that I ran into was the servo mounting blocks in the wing for the flaps and the aileron were too thick, and you'll see what I mean when you get to that point with your plane. The servo just didn't sit properly, and if you installed your servo on that block, when you went to put your servo horn on or your arm on your servo, it wouldn't clear the slot that that the horn is supposed to stick out of. So I had to shave down those blocks, and if you go back and look at the videos, you'll see how I did that. It worked out really well, plenty strong. Let's see, what else did I find? They didn't mention securing your aileron and flap wise in those little slots that I mentioned in this video. I guess on the wings, I'll show you that real quick. Some of you may have concerns about the way the horns are fastened to the flaps and the ailerons. You just drill a little pilot hole, you line everything up, you drill a little pilot hole for the 3 screws on each horn, and they screw into hardwood, but they don't go all the way through. And some pilots, I don't know why I'm not focusing here, some pilots just, past experience, there's usually a plate on the other side, and instead of like a wood screw, you have a machine screw that comes out and hits a plate on the other side, so that you have a really solid mount or form of attachment. These are plenty strong. The only thing I will say is make sure that your pilot holes aren't too big. Be honest with yourself. If you drilled the holes too big and you go to turn the screws in and they're spinning, and they're not, really grabbing, you might want to move the horn to the left or to the right just a touch. Definitely, when you drill the pilot holes, maybe the best thing to do is test your drill bit that you're going to use for your pilot holes on a piece of scrap wood, a 2x4, whatever, and make sure that those screws on the pilot hole are working together and that you didn't go too big. Then take the time, pull the screws back out, get yourself some thin CA, and hit each one of those holes and let it harden up those threads that you cut in when you installed the screws the first time. It's a pain in the neck, it takes some time, but it's cheap insurance and it's well worth it. It also gives you peace of mind. I would say that's about it, guys, really. The only problem I had was, again, if you mount the servos on the mounting blocks underneath the hatches, your servo horn, and you can see mine still isn't completely centered. It's still towards the wingtip a little bit, but there's plenty of clearance there. They may have addressed this. You may not have a problem, but if you do, go back and watch the video where I show you how I fixed it. It worked really well. All right, guys. do me a favor, give the video a thumbs up, give it a thumbs down. You know, I'll tell you one thing I've been doing. If I stop to watch somebody's video, even if I don't watch the video, or I watch 2 seconds of it, or it's not what I thought it was going to be, you know, I stop, the person put the effort into it, I give them a thumbs up. You know, I mean, how hard is that to do? Give the video a thumbs up, give it a thumbs down. I don't care either way. I just want to know what you're thinking. I bet you're thinking that my camera shakes around too much, and for some reason I'm not in focus. There we are. But we'll work on that. So, yeah, guys, I appreciate the new subscribers that we have. We've had a couple new subscribers. My channel's not huge, and I really don't need it to be. I'm not trying to get rich doing this. I'm just trying to share some of the things along the way while I'm, you know, having fun with the hobby. If you have a channel, I'll tell you, if you have a channel and you subscribe to mine, I will subscribe to yours. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you at the field.